Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About with Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun, the podcast where we will talk about everything. We will talk about anything. We will talk about it all. Episode 150. That's where we are.
How
Imagine
many
that.
in dog years? How old is that? Like,
And dog years are real years.
or whatever, whatever the equivalent podcast
So we
years.
started January 3rd of 2023. It's November 6th. Think about that. So we're just under 34 months. That's
Has
how
the
long
time
it's
gone
been.
fast?
It has gone. Fast is relative, I suppose. It's definitely when we started it. I can't imagine that I imagined getting to 150 in episodes, and which is really great. I read this thing this week. There's a group of guys, and I think it started during COVID, that had to do with something where they were trying to stay together and stay in contact. These are, I don't know if they're childhood friends, work friends, whatever, the college friends, whatever they are, is that they started this thing where they started to, instead of a book club, they did an album club. They would listen to music and they would then come back on the call the next week and talk about the music. That became cumbersome to do. So then it became, hey, let's just get on the call and talk about what's going on in the world. That became cumbersome to them. And then some guy had a smart idea that said, why don't we just shoot a 2-minute video, each of us, and send it to each and to the group. And we're gonna call that the Waffle Wednesday. So something short, something sweet, and that we can get a report card out to everybody how they're doing. They do it every week, and I guess everybody does it with regularity. The podcast for us has sort of been that for the three of us. We have met for 150 weeks, for better
Wait, I
or
missed
worse.
it. What does it have to do with waffles?
No, it has nothing to do with waffles. It was just the name he came up with. It was just
Short and
an
sweet.
alliteration. And he just said that, again, it's something everybody likes waffles. It doesn't take long to eat one. Send it out. I think that was the goal on it.
Do you know
And
what?
I think,
Do you know
what
what? Do you know what men with 12-inch penises eat for breakfast? Today I had waffles.
You wish.
Wow.
Hey, what do German pilots have for breakfast? Luft waffles.
I think
That's a little
thank
history.
goodness
Look-
I sent out the word waffle in a text that you could do. You can search everything you possibly can on waffles.
He's been waiting 150 weeks to use the Luftwaffe joke.
Yeah, it is right.
I was waffling on which joke to tell.
That's right. As opposed to when you fly in United Airlines, sometimes they give you those Stroop waffles. You remember those little pieces? They're like in the packet they give you for a snack.
Yes.
Not to digress too much here, but so anyways, guys, we're here 150th episode. Rockfish, I said it last week, has let us in from got to be 90% of them. We started with a different band, Almighty Senators, at the beginning, but when our connection was made with Rockfish, we are pleased that Chesapeake Time has let us in yet again. And what's the other consistent thing that we've done for 150 weeks?
Scotty's vodka.
Scotty's vodka. Mr. Fun, speak closer to the mic, please.
Sorry, Scotty's vodka.
Scotty's vodka. There's my little Scotty's vodka.
You like my new
got
shirt?
It on his left breast there. I can see that. Mr. Fun, I don't know what he's doing. It looks like he's throating the microphone at this point.
Well, you told me to sit closer to it, so now I have
I know, but I can't hear you.
Didn't you get challenged on your moon landing thing? What was that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Rockfish, speaking of which, came back to me. Me and the moon landing conspiracy.
Right.
He said, not sure you can keep it a secret amongst 400,000 people working on the space program in the late 60s. Fair point. The other one, which is they brought back some amount, which I think it was like 850 plus pounds of moon rock, which has been dissected by various scientific organizations that suggests that, again, I am wrong in my conspiracy theory.
Could have been some meteorite that landed in Nevada and they packed it up.
He also said that the flag, which is another one, which says that the flag is blowing straight when there's no atmosphere on Mars, or excuse me, on the moon. That was, they had a rod they put across it. Okay, so there's some things that you can surely try to debunk every one of them. I think the larger point of 400,000 people, which seems like a lot of people working on the space program, is probably the harder one to pass keep a secret. So I will grant you that would be difficult.
Well, they also brought the bug back from the moon.
The what?
The bug. The lunar tick.
Oh, jeez. if we've learned nothing else, when Mr. Fun prompts me with a topic that we're going to get to, it says he has written something that goes with it. So I do appreciate that. That's really cool. Anyways, do you have a Mr. Fun? You've come out rapid fire 3 or 4 jokes. Do you have a joke of the week?
So, I took a golf lesson, right? And so this is inspired by that. These 3 golf clubs walk into a bar, and the one says, I'll have a beer. He's the putter. The next one says, I'll have a glass of wine. That's the 9-iron. And the bartender looks at the third club and says, what do you want? He says, and I'm the driver.
Very good. Golf humor. We have now gotten to the point where we've rubbed off so long, Lucky, on Mr. Fun that he is now telling golf jokes.
I prefer you not to rub off on me. Please don't rub off on me.
All right. Hey, today I love to find these new hacks, like life hacks where you like save money or whatever. Okay. For those of you that shop at Harris Teeter, I think everyone should start shopping on Thursdays because they have an additional 5% off if you're a senior. So I'm in at the grocery store today, and there's all these old people there. And I'm like, what's going on? I thought it was like an old person's home. You drove the bus up so they can shop, and they were going to take them all back. But they're all there to get the discount. But so I've sort of found out, everybody talks about groceries are so expensive now. I bought roughly $220 worth of groceries today, and I saved $44 with the combination of the 5% and also the Vic card. So I just highly encourage you guys to look old when you go shopping these days. I think you two will both fit the characteristic. I still have a few years before I'm actually hit the 60 mark, but I'm going to pretend like I'm 60 from now on.
They didn't ask you for ID. That's how old you look.
That's right. Well, they offered it up. Sir, would you like the discount? I'm like, yeah, I'll take the discount.
They don't offer it to me. Although we did go to the movies last week, excuse me. And the local movie theater has if you're over 60, you get, it's $10 a ticket. So 2 for $20. And she was about to say it to me, and I handed her $25. And I said, I'll take $1 back, please. Because I didn't want to be getting the senior discount at this point.
Now, why wouldn't you take the senior discount? Aren't you comfortable within your 60-year-old skin?
I'm not 60, by the way.
Oh.
So let's be clear.
Or 59-year-old skin?
See? Don't age me. Yeah. Mr. Fun could do it. He could get the discount.
You're coming up, Biff, next month, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yes, that is true. I am definitely coming. So if you haven't told, I had a cocktail before the podcast tonight. Went to a local bar and a local restaurant, excuse me, in Bethany Beach, and so I order a Kettle One martini neat, right? So just a chilled, vodka with olives in it, and they bring me the martini glass, a traditional martini glass. A friend next to me, Bill G, orders a Manhattan. Also comes in a martini glass, and the bartender brings a glass of what you can tell is extra bourbon. So I called it a sidecar. I don't know what you call it. It's just extra bourbon, I guess, from making the martini. I see it. I don't say anything about it, but then I comment to Bill about it. He goes, yeah, but he gave you the same thing with vodka. I go, that's a glass of water. That's what I said. I go, that's a glass of water that he put in front of me. I sip it. Tastes like water to me. I give it to Bill. He goes, that's vodka. I've at that point had so much vodka, I can't taste vodka.
It all tastes like water to you.
Yeah, it's like water to me at this point. So it was just an odd experience. I'm not sure I've had that before.
Sign of a great bar where they do that. They give you the leftover as opposed to throwing it away, which a lot of them do.
Yeah, and I will call out the Four Seasons in Georgetown. You go there, and I ordered one time, this is a couple years ago. I order a bourbon at the bar, and it's like $25, I think it is, from the bourbon menu. They measured it out. I'm like, really? You're going to give me an ounce and a half of bourbon for $25?
$25, yeah.
It should be a heavy pour for $25. So,
well,
you have any experience like that, Mr. Fun?
If you got the senior discount that Lucky gets, it would have been like $12. Hey, have you guys ever eaten watermelon and cauliflower at the same time? They say it makes you feel a sense of sadness. It's known as melancholy. No?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna again your use of the English language.
Yes.
One you called it Cully
Collie.
flower.
It's collie, right? Like a
Yeah,
dog?
you said, which plays into the joke,
Yes.
melancholy, as about not melancholy. You
Right.
called it cauliflower.
Yes.
So just so we're
Yes.
gonna point that out. So
Yeah. You know what, Biff? I never had sex on an elevator or a flight of stairs, but I have fucked up many stories
Good
and
one.
jokes. Fucked up many stories and
Love
jokes.
that, Mr.
that's
Fun.
good. Very, very funny. So good. So the other big news that from my standpoint, so there was obviously a big election on Tuesday. New York, New Jersey, Virginia, California. Generally speaking, California was redistricting. The other states were 2 gubernatorials and 1 mayoral race. But the New York mayor, Zoran Mandami, the one thing it reminded me of was the movie Big. And Big is, as I was with Kevin P., a previous podcast fame, tonight. You guess what year the movie Big came out? 1988, just so we're clear. Tom Hanks was the star in Big. But do you remember the name of the fortune teller in the movie
Yeah.
Big?
Yeah.
What is it?
Zoltar.
Zoltar.
Yeah.
So, and I think one of Zoran's backdrops was the Zoltar. It's sort of the way the branding, and because it's it's a similar sounding name, Zoltar. Now, what first question is? You've seen the movie Big. It's a great movie.
Mhm.
And for those that haven't seen it, it all has to do with a kid going to Zoltar and saying, "I wish I was bigger," right? Because he
Mhm.
was tired, he was upset. He's from North Jersey, I think, is the kid was, and so he becomes a kid in an adult's body who is Tom Hanks. That's the whole premise behind the movie Big. It's very good, so I recommend any buddy watch it. Now, if you guys could wish, maybe when you were a kid, let's use it that way, what would you have been? What would you have wanted to be?
Like an
Job
athlete.
wise,
No, just it could. You don't have to be an adult. You could, when you were a kid, say you were 12 years old. What would you have wanted to be if you went to Zoltar?
I wanted to be at that point. I'm probably playing sports. I want to be the best basketball, baseball player. You
Yeah,
know,
Mr. Fun,
Yeah, mine was probably baseball.
right? Baseball. I think at the time, at that similar age, I just would have wanted to be taller. That's
Yep.
yeah. I just remember me. I was very short for a
Mm.
long time. Or
Well,
somebody that's
yeah,
go ahead.
Lucky, Biff actually made a short film that was very similar to that. When he was in college, he wished for a dark-skinned guy with a beard to make him a bigger cock, to make him a big cock, to give him a big cock. Give him a big cock. That's the joke.
Jeez, you were you were.
Because he was dark. He was dark with a beard, right, Biff?
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
the
I think.
the new mayor of New York City also got in trouble for using the New York Knicks logo too.
Did he?
He bastardized it for his own use, and they're like, "Please stop using our logo."
The only semi political thing I'd say is that Zoran Mondami is promising more things than you could ever imagine. It's like when a kid in like elementary school was running for like student council president,
Yeah.
and they promised chocolate milk. I mean, that's and they're never going to be able to deliver on that, right?
Chocolate
Because
milk
that's
and like no school on Fridays. You know,
they're just throwing shit out there, and just hoping people listen to it, and they do. So, anyways, that's all
Yeah.
I will say about that. So, Lucky, there's a few things happening out there in the world. What's on your list?
Okay, so this one was a big one. So, this week, earlier this week, big news that Tom Brady cloned his dog. Okay, and I didn't know this. Biff and I were talking about this, but apparently Tom Brady is an investor in a company that does this.
Does the cloning?
Does the
Yes.
cloning, and I actually saw, I think it was on MSNBC. I saw an interview with the principal of the company, and they were talking about like how much this costs, and it basically costs tens of thousands of dollars to do. And so I had a lot of conversations. I had a long conversation with Rob G and Cynthia, his wife. I've had a long conversation with my family about what would we pay to clone our favorite pet that we had that is now in pet heaven.
I think the first question has got to go to Mr. Fun. Would you ever clone a pet?
Yeah, I think somebody would have to pay me to have me clone any of the animals we've had in our house.
Not even like Jeter, your
No.
first dog.
No, that dog was.
No, your first dog was Scooter.
I had Scooter, then I had Jeter. Right.
Scooter, Jeter.
Yeah.
Scooter you chose. Let's be clear.
No, the girl I was dating brought him home. See, that's where it all started.
Biff, do you
That's
have
where
an animal in your lifetime that you said I would
Look,
pay some money?
we've had very sweet animals. I think about we had the dog that our most recent dog that passed away was Teddy, which was a great dog. And I don't want to pick one over the other though. So then, but so your
Wait,
question is,
why? Because you'll offend the
what'd
dead.
you say?
You'll offend the dead animal. Why
No,
are you?
because certain people in the family have favorite dogs. I remember my first dog growing up was a dog named Candy, and I'm not sure I'd clone Candy. But was your question how much would we pay, Lucky?
Well, yeah. First off, would you pay is the question. Like, and it sounds like you don't have a pet in your
No, would I pay? I think I would pay just a slight premium more than what it would take to pay to get a new dog. I'm
Okay.
not sure I'd go crazy.
So Rob G and his wife Cynthia they would spend like a lot of money to bring back their favorite dog. Like
And
they were
what's a lot
spending
of money to
like
them?
$50K.
$50,000 to bring a dog back?
They love that first dog so much. Now I asked them their current dog, would you spend that to bring that dog back? They said no. They said this dog was so special to us. Murphy was a dog. They would spend that money. My wife basically said she would spend $50K to bring back our dog who passed away 2 years ago. And I'm like, no way. No way.
What would you spend for that dog? Let's do with the truth serum here. What would you spend?
I would not. I haven't had a pet in my time that I would spend a considerable amount of $10,000 for. I posted to my kids. So my daughter is going to Clemson. I said, okay, who loved this dog that my wife would spend $50K for? I said, would you transfer to Maryland for that we could have your dog back? She said no. I asked her, would you stop drinking for a semester? And she said yes if I could have the dog with me for the semester.
Yeah.
So that was anyway.
Tell Rob G.
I haven't had a pet that I love so much I would spend that much money to bring back.
Tell Rob G if he gives me $50,000, I'll dress like that fucking dog. I'll walk around his house, rub up against him, whatever he needs me to do.
You never met Murphy. Murphy probably was like such an amazing dog. So anyway.
So along the same line, so this is, since we're talking about money, this is going to be my top. What do we call it? Talk about tops?
Talk about
tops. Called, Lucky? So I'm gonna insert myself in here. If you could be wildly successful in the prime of your career, of a career, excuse me, would you rather be an actor, a musician, or an athlete? What would you be of those three if you could just be the top?
Sorry, when do I make this decision? I'm a kid.
You're in the prime of your career. You're in the prime of your career. What would you rather be?
I think for me, it's easy. It's an easy decision.
It?
I'm a huge sports fan, but I would go music. I would want to be.
But that was a head fake, Lucky. I thought you were going athlete. Okay, so you go music. Okay.
I would go music. It could sustain longer, and like to be a rock star. I mean, is amazing. Groupies and that, the going on the road and just, I think the athletes are a dime a dozen. Outfielder, I mean, they make a lot of money, but
all right, Mr.
Wait,
Fun.
I'm great at what I do, or I just am that.
No, wildly successful.
I'd be an athlete. I'd be a baseball player.
You'd be a baseball player.
I'd be wildly
because you have longevity, meaning you can play a long time.
No, it just was what every guy should want to be, I think.
Yeah. I'm with Lucky. I'd rather be a musician, and I don't know why, because I guess I was looking at it and could you enjoy your success? Now, musicians do work hard, they tour hard, things like that. There's a lot more anonymity in some respects to being a musician. You could probably go out and about, as opposed to an actor or Tom Brady, use an example on the athletic side. I think you could have a relatively normal life outside of,
but if you're wildly successful,
right? I guess I think about some of them that I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I will admit that. But music to me though there's a talent level.
You said actor, right? Actor was the third one.
I did not say actor. I said musician.
Okay,
actor was the other option.
Right now, I'd want to be an actor.
Really?
Yeah, that would be great to be a wildly successful actor. That'd be
really
very cool.
That you couldn't go anywhere. You've got the paparazzi following you.
I love when people follow me. I love it.
Okay.
You know, I heard that Tom Brady was thinking about actually mixing his DNA with that of a donkey, but he decided not to make an ass of himself.
Huh.
Oh, geez.
And again, for those that need to translate, and I will go online and type in donkey as opposed to donkey. They get dunked.
All right, going to the sports page here, a couple things. So, and again, this one it hasn't really impacted me, but Biff, I think this one has the YouTube TV beef with Disney and ESPN. So there's like a blackout on all the sports stuff and Disney stuff on YouTube TV.
So on October 30th, I get a random email from YouTube. Sometimes they send me a billing statement or whatever to say that they billed me or something else. It says our negotiations with Disney ABC have broken down. So starting tomorrow, October 31st, so last Friday, again, this is the night before, you will no longer have access to ESPN, Disney, or any ABC programming through YouTube TV. Now, we've become a streaming family. So we don't have a cable provider. We have YouTube TV, basically, what it is. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's shitty. Now, they did say, which sort of in a backwards way values what the deal is worth. They said, we're going to credit you $20 on your bill each month.
20 of how much?
It's about 100.
Okay.
Right. I think it's about 100. It may have been 85, but I think it goes up to 100. So they're basically saying that it's worth $20. It's got to be part of their negotiation, right? That ESPN has all the streaming and all this other crap, but it's just you can't. And immediately, because it's so sophisticated, when you went on the channel search, they were gone. The channels are gone.
Yeah. Well, so I've seen these kind of beefs with like the traditional cable channels and some of the content providers too. But this one has gone on for how long? Like a month?
Well, no, this has been just a week. To be clear.
A week.
It's just been a week, but it was like a day's notice, and you don't hear anything about it. And I know Pat McAfee, that's the guy
Yep.
on ESPN. He made a comment about it that he couldn't even watch it on his own TV. His show, because
You know
he's a
what?
YouTube
You know
guy.
what's so funny about this? You guys were sending text messages back, and you were like, you know, Lucky, are you available for this? Blah blah. We need topics and blah blah blah. And Lucky responded, YouTube blackout. And I, for some reason, interpreted that like he wasn't getting our text messages. I didn't realize it was a subject.
Well, there's 10 million people. So Biff, you're one of the 10 million subscribers. So probably are in that same thing. Like they don't have cable, and most probably they're subscribing for regular TV, but sports. So it's funny. I bet you $20 is probably a small amount to be crediting you back for.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ESPN app, if I wanted to buy ESPN, I think it's something expensive, like $39 or $40 a month. That's what they want to charge you. And surely ESPN is trying to use that leverage, I'm guessing, to get YouTube to give them more part of the fee, right? YouTube doesn't want to raise the fee.
Yeah.
They will. I've got no doubt about it. It's just a pain in the ass. Now I have to make the calculation of like, how much is it really worth to me to get ESPN? Now we are Maryland fans, and Maryland's on the Big Ten network, which is still on YouTube. So I can watch most Maryland games. And then I have to determine, well, what's the rest of it worth to me? I don't know.
Well, it's ESPN and ABC college football, right? Like you would.
No, that's right. I do like the Saturday thing, Saturday morning, 9:00, right?
Yep. Yeah.
We have figured out a workaround because we have a place with another cable system that has an app that I can get it imported into my TV. I feel like I'm a hack here.
Yeah, nice.
I'm hacking the system, but anyways, it's a pain in the ass.
So a couple of the other things. So the earlier this week, Ovechkin scored his 900th goal. So no one has ever
actually.
Yeah, no one has ever got to that 900 plateau. So, but the interesting thing is, so the St. Louis Blues goaltender Jordan Binnington, basically the goal is scored. Everybody is going crazy because it's his 900th, and the goalie takes the puck and takes off his glove, takes the puck in his hand, and put the puck in his pants. To i.e. like he was going to keep it, and the TV is zoomed in on him, watching him do this. And so the next day they're talking about, was he really going to steal the puck, or did he get caught stealing it?
Do you think it was a joke?
No, I really think he was going to try to. I mean, why would he put it? Why would he just give it to a referee to give it to Ovechkin? Why would he put it in his pants to hide it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, what's the end result? Did he get it back?
They finally went over to him and said, "Give us the puck back," and he had to reach in his pants and give him the puck. Now, okay, I'm just forward thinking. Maybe he had a bogus puck in his back. He kept the real one, and he gave and so like 20 years from now, there's going to be this major controversy that the puck that they think is the 900th puck is not the real puck.
How will they prove it?
That's right. There you go.
Well,
So that's my theory.
A stolen puck has no value, though.
If he can claim that I have the real puck, and that Ovechkin's puck, had been sold numerous times at like memorabilia shows and blah blah blah, that's not the real puck. The real
I have
puck
a great idea. I got a great idea, Lucky. Why don't you hide the puck on the moon, and then we can discuss these controversies together?
Nobody's ever been to the moon, according to Biff. So like, you can't do that.
I know there's.
All right, two quick ones. I haven't tried this food, but I'm really interested in any listener who has had it, because it piqued my interest. I read a review on the Arby steak nuggets. So Arby's, the fast food restaurant, they are now selling steak nuggets, and they look really good on TV. It looks like cut up pieces of filet mignon.
Yeah.
And the review in the Washington Post gave it like, flying, like awesome. Get these, try these, and they're only they're only available for a limited time only. So I'm going to go out and try them next time I see an Arby.
I've seen the commercial. When I see the commercial, it sort of reminds me when you go to the convenience store, right, at a gas station, where you can buy like beef jerky or a beef stick, and I'd be interested to get your feedback on it and on what it tastes like, because it looks like convenience store food to me.
They refer to it as, it's almost like poor man's burnt ends.
Oh, I like burnt ends.
Yeah, and that's sort of what it is. But they're like $12, so it's a little expensive. But I don't know if anybody's tried them. I'm curious to see. I bet you like Slab or Droopy or Doodah, some of our biggest fans will probably have tried them.
I like my steak like my wife likes blowjobs. Rare.
Like your wife. Like, let me just add, you forgot the word giving blowjob.
Right. I didn't want to give it away. These jokes have never been told before. I'm performing without a net.
So way back when, like one of our earlier podcasts, probably in the first 6 months that we were doing, we bought the Dr. Squatch soap, right? I went online. I'm like obsessed with natural soap now. So I go on to Amazon and I buy soap from the Amish Soap Company. Like and I bought 6 bars of this soap.
Amish bathe?
Well, again, it seems like a non sequitur, sort of at a point.
Was it there? But it's Amish bathwater, like who was it? Sidney Sweeney?
Yes.
But I bought it and it works. It's good soap. But it was just one of these things. I have the Amish soap that I've done.
Sounds like a great Christmas gift.
It does.
What's the longest you've ever gone without taking a shower?
2 weeks.
Are you talking about as an adult?
Yeah,
I'm probably 3 days, maybe.
3 days.
Yeah,
Mr. Fun, 2 weeks.
I did
2 weeks.
When I was 14, I hiked the Appalachian.
As an adult. That's what I said.
I was 14. I guess I was. See, I was very mature though. But when I was 14, I hiked the Appalachian Trail. Believe it or not.
Is that a rare one for you, Biff? 3 days? Like you've only done that a few times?
I've been, I went through some work stuff way back when, where we were off-roading in random parts of the country. I probably went 3 days without a shower.
Wow.
That'd be rare. What about you, Lucky? You've got a...
With my wife away, I went a couple days this week without taking a shower. Like I think it was like 2.5 days.
Now, and you've also gone days though without washing your hair.
Yeah, that's why I have so much hair, because I don't wash it all the time.
You don't use the astringent stuff. I only use natural stuff in my hair now. Anyways, we've digressed into various topics there. What else, Hawk?
That's it. Go, you can take it.
So hey, so the odd one to me was Instagram is under fire as many social networks are about uh, stuff being consumed by children or underage, not adults, right? And so they wanted to use the PG-13 title for content. But the Motion Picture Association of America, which is a lobbying firm in DC, but they are the ones that have set up the ratings of R, PG, G, right? As we all know in the movies. They sent Instagram a cease and desist about using the PG-13 rating system. Doesn't that just seem ridiculous to you?
Wait,
Yeah,
do that?
help me
parental
under.
guidance suggests 13
Yeah.
or over.
Right. Yeah, right. And I just find it like for the common good, like nobody associates a value with PG-13. So what are they like? Why are they worried about them misusing it? I don't get it. And people know what it means.
Well,
I
that
just find
seems like
it.
a weird thing that they could own.
No, I know
It's
that's
too
what I'm
general.
saying. But I guess they trademarked it, right? Things get trademarked or copyrighted and stuff like that. And I understand that, but it just feels like it's sort of ubiquitous. It's just what it is. It's just what people
Well,
know.
here I'm going to offer up. I think the term PG-13 is probably outdated. A 13-year-old today versus a 13-year-old when PG-13 came out, they're so much more sophisticated today. So maybe it needs to be like, PG-10.
Have you noticed on cable TV, like on I don't know whether it's CNN or Fox or the news channels, swearing? Swearing has become, they're saying shit or
You can swear on
Yeah,
bullshit.
cable.
Yeah,
but they used to try
I
not
would
to.
have thought they were broadcast networks in the scheme of things, but they've been swearing a lot as of late. Like they've crossed that threshold. Anyways,
Yeah.
the things we know.
Hmm.
So one of the I have teased it the last couple weeks, and we talked about it in terms of our name. Or lucky, I think there was a branding change, is what he said last week. We on the 150th episode, I did say that we were going to make a big announcement, and the big announcement, and just so we get right to it. Well, there's two announcements. We'll come to the second one and next week actually, but the first one is that as we have done talk about for 150 weeks, we go out and about, and Lucky has been better than most in handing out business cards and talking to people about it. But I do talk about it from time to time, and people ask us what talk about is about, and it's always been of a bit of a for me a difficult answer, and maybe not for you guys as much, but it's hard to describe what we do. It's not that we just talk about anything. We frankly Mr. Fun always tells jokes, and we have some topics we talk about, and hopefully people learn things. So I went into a naming thing online, and frankly came up with, I think, is a name that probably describes us better, which I want for us to announce now to move forward, which is a new name for the podcast. So from episode 151 on, not 150, which is this episode, which I think I said that Ovechkin scored his 900th goal yesterday, which was Wednesday. We're recording this on Thursday, but it won't be released until Monday, just so we're clear. So on that. But anyways, the the name we are going to move forward with is something that I like a lot because it's pretty descriptive of what we are, which is a name called Laugh Smarter. And Laugh Smarter, I think, really talks about what we really do. We laugh a lot, and I do think people learn things. And even if they learn things that we have said wrong incorrectly, they will correct us, and we will correct it for the masses.
We'll
But I
learn
think
something.
we'll learn some things. And one of the things we've also proven, not by choice, but by doing this over time, that Lucky will share some news that actually is in advance of the news that you actually hear in the future. We've done that several times where a story that we've talked about then becomes a story in a bit. So I think by listening to the podcast, not only do you laugh, you will learn something, right? Whether it's or you'll think, talk about tops and other things we've done. So we are going to change the name. I actually think it will be good for us. We've had some success on YouTube and other channels. I think this will take us to the next level. We've to the credit of Lucky and Mr. Fun, we've done a good job of coalescing as a group, and I think we've got 150 of these under our belts, and the 151st with the new name is gonna serve us well, and I'm really excited about it. The last thing we'll do, and we'll talk about it, or we will show on the 151st episode, is Mr. Fun will no longer have a microphone in front of his face.
Coming out.
He is coming out, as it were, which we are excited about. I think the fact that, we have tried to protect our anonymity over time. I think we're at the point where we make a change. This is the opportunity to do it. So we are excited about that. And all of our followers and subscribers, which we have a lot, I'm sure will follow us moving forward. And I think we're going to pick up some more. So that is the big news. We are going to change the name.
We will have new social media potentially. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, so we'll probably have some new. Our branding will be there. We'll have a new logo.
Yep, we will do all that.
Yep,
we will work on that between the 150th and whether we call it internally the 151st or we call it externally the 151st episode. We will do that. The rest of the old podcast will live out there. We'll figure out how that connection is, and we will sort through that. But we are very excited about making this change. So be on the lookout for that. So, Mr. Fun, I know you are not saying a lot because you were letting me talk, but it wouldn't be a podcast.
I fell asleep. I dozed off for a minute there.
Dick.
He's sleepy.
Right.
He's sleepy speeched here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will cut
your
that
voice,
down. Maybe.
Your voice is so soothing. It
okay.
really.
How about you jolt us back to reality with a risque joke or two?
I got a challenge for you guys. Next time your wife calls you fucking stupid, say you're not stupid.
Oh, never.
Get him out of your system now, Mr. Fun.
So, Biff, I got to tell you a story. Lucky shared with me that he was feeling a little sad because now when he lies on his back naked and gets an erection, instead of it sticking straight up, it kind of flops over onto his upper thigh. And I said to him, don't you think you're being a little hard on yourself? Sorry.
That shit's
point
straight up.
Just before I forget, when are
like
you?
A rock.
You're taking your improv class on the 16th of November, right? If I'm not
I got the invite today, the official invite. I do 3. Yep. I do 3 in person. I do 1 remote, and then I go out there and I do it.
That's December 16th, I think you said.
It's for beginners.
So,
like they said, you don't have to come with any jokes prepared. Please bring a notebook.
Wait, meaning so when you go live for your 5 minutes?
So the entire class is supposedly beginners.
Okay.
So I have this confidence that, well, we'll see. But if it's all beginners, I should be pretty good, right?
I would think you will be.
All right.
I know several jokes / stories you could kill them with. So hopefully that.
Oh, the new name. Can I recycle all my best jokes?
Yes. Why not?
Good. I'm like a newborn. What do you call those? Born again. I'm a born again comedian.
I'm a born again.
I'm a born again comedian. I like it.
All right. Well, that's good. So, hey, so Lucky, for the last time, they can get a hold of us at where?
talkabout2023@gmail.com. We'll keep the email address open. I'm interested in anybody's tried the Arby steak nuggets. So please send us an email on that. And also what you would spend to clone your favorite pet who's now in pet heaven. So
exactly. And we never did get it. I will admit, I didn't get any response for what's the etiquette for women in a women's locker room? Because Lucky sent me a picture of himself in a towel. Which is awkward on many levels.
I said I took a selfie of myself in my own bathroom. I shot a picture to these guys, and I was like, so yeah, I am a towel guy. So aren't you glad I'm a towel guy versus not a towel guy?
Look, I'm talking locker room. At home, I don't really care what you do. It's just more locker room. I thought you were at the golf club.
What's fun to share is you guys are retired, having fun on sending half nude pictures of yourself. I'm in a meeting. I'm sitting in a meeting when I get those.
Yeah. That's a signal, Mr. Fun.
Yeah. Wait, these are the same meetings where we're still getting 3 Soras a day from him.
Yeah.
Right? No, I'm not sure what kind of meeting.
Riding turtles and drinking beer with old men.
You missed hump day. I was galloping on a camel, but for some reason it couldn't. It didn't upload.
There, that's funny. So, okay. Well, until we do it again next week, which will be under the new Last Smarter name, I want to thank you guys again for joining us, and thank you everybody for listening to us. Good to see you both. Until we do it again next time, let me just say goodbye.
Okay, quick outro.
A quick outro.
2-minute outro.
I'm not sure I have a lot more to add from my standpoint. I've gone through every bit of topics that I have. Although I did see, this is now that you're in golf, Mr. Fun. So I'm hunting around on YouTube last night. Amazon sells golf balls now, and they're called Amazon Basics. It's a dozen golf balls for $15.99. Now, a dozen Pro V1s, which is arguably the top golf ball out there, is $55. Guy does a test on them. They look pretty good. That you can go out, Mr. Fun, when you start golfing, you should buy the Amazon Basics golf balls. So the people at Bethesda Country Club will know they're your balls, as opposed to you in the locker room, where they're also know your
They
balls.
do know my balls in the locker room.
They do know your balls in the locker room.
I use Costco balls, and I'm probably one of the few people at my club that uses them. And I'll lose some balls, and I'm sort of afraid sometimes they're going to know it's me. They're like,
Plenty of people use it, and they're called Kirkland.
yeah.
But that's okay. I don't think there's any shame in using a Kirkland ball.
Gosh, I have so much to learn.
You do. You'll keep learning with your Italian golf professional. That does that. So this is the outro, as Monty W has reminded us that we need to continue to play the music and do the outro. And I don't know. As it's one of the last times for the current talk about one. Who wants to do the outro?
Let Lucky do it this time.
All right, Lucky.
So it's awesome being with you guys. Thank you, all of our listeners. Hopefully you come back. All of our talkabouts will be out there in the internet ether for you guys to listen to if you ever want to go back 3 years from now and listen to some of our early material. But again, we never say goodbye. We just say until next time, and next time we will be laughing
Please join
smarter.
us again. Yeah, we will. Good. All right. Thanks, guys.